Welcome to Malice Fairy. Today I wanted to talk about the mini-games in Breath of the Wild. There are various ways to keep yourself entertained in this game, and you don't really need these to have fun, but they are a quick way to make some rupees if you get really good at them. Officially, there are 15 minigames spread around the map. Lots of them are hidden in areas that a casual player might not walk by in their first playthrough, and even seasoned players might miss one or two. I'm gonna be listing all of the minigames in this video, and I want you to tell me in the comments if you knew about all of them or if any of them are a surprise to you. I personally never came across minigame number 4 until shooting footage for this video. You never know what you might have missed. Minigame number 1, the Birdman Research Study. This minigame is located at Ridgeland Tower. An NPC named Branley is located atop, and will challenge you to fly as far as possible, starting from the top of the tower. It costs 20 rupees, and you can make 100 rupees per attempt. This isn't the most exciting of games, but it can be fun if you're into glitches and exploits. While you can simply fly or use Rivali's Gale for some extra height, using a glitch like Bless can take it to a whole new level. Minigame number 2, Boom Bam Golf. This minigame is located in Tanagar Canyon. A Goron NPC named Modar presents it, and it's basically minigolf. The arena makes sledgehammers available to you, but you are free to use any weapons you have on you in case you want to switch up your strategy. The trick is to use stasis to propel the boulders into the hole. It's a fun one, although it does take a bit of practice to get the hang of it. Minigame number 3, Blue Flame. This minigame is located outside of the East Akala stable. It is basically a mini version of the Blue Flame quests that you do in the main game, and you do need to have those completed to have access to this activity. You need a torch, a good horse, unless you like running, and lots of skill, because it's a short time limit and a long way to go. Minigame number 4, Deer Hunting. This minigame is located at the farm near Red Temp Forest near Hateno Village. An NPC named Dance presents it to you, and quite morbidly he will pay you to kill deers. All you need is a good bow. It drops you in the middle of the forest with lots of deers around you, and you also get to keep the meat that they drop once you shoot them. Minigame number 5, Flight Range Trial. This one is basically the flight range task you have to do before doing Divine Beast Vametto, but in minigame form. Just talk to Tulin, who will be at the flight range, and he will set up the targets for you. The more targets you hit, the more money you make, the maximum being 300 rupees for hitting all 20 targets. Minigame number 6, Foot Race. This minigame can be found in the Hyrule Ridge region, near Mount Roam. An NPC called Komba will challenge Link to a race. You can't use a horse or your bike, but it is quite easy to win if you use a speed elixir or whistle sprinting, which is a glitch that automatically refills your stamina. In my opinion, this is the most fun minigame, because it's the only one where you're actually competing against an NPC, as opposed to just trying to beat your own time. Minigame number 7, Gambling in Lurelin Village. This minigame is of course located in Lurelin Village. You can find it in a hut with an NPC named Cloyne, who presents the gambling rules to Link. There's no way to guarantee a win here, there's no strategy or anything you can do to improve your odds. It's gambling. You simply choose how much you want to bet, and then you choose a chest, and you hope for the best. It's a fun game, and it can be quite addictive if you have lots of rupees to spare. Minigame number 8, Ice Delivery. This minigame is located at the Northern Ice House, north of Gerudo Town. This is originally a shrine quest for Link to get ice to Gerudo Town to make a drink to rescue Poki, who is thirsty and can't move to go home. After completing the shrine quest, this becomes available as a minigame, although you can call it a side job for Link more than anything, because they are basically paying Link to do ice deliveries. You get 50 rupees per trip, and it's a nice and easy way to make money. Minigame number 9, Mounted Archery Challenge. This one is known as the most difficult minigame amongst Breath of the Wild players. It is located at the mounted archery camp in Farron. An NPC called Genie presents it, and the challenge is to hit 20 targets with your bow and arrow while riding a horse, all in under 1 minute. The targets go by really fast, and you need to choose your bow wisely, not to mention it is essential to have a horse that you've bonded with, so it sticks to the path. Minigame number 10, Mounted Obstacle Course. This minigame is located at the Highland Stable. An NPC called Blind will present it to you, and it is basically an obstacle course for horses, where you have to jump over all of them in under 1 minute and 30 seconds. It can be quite tricky if you're not great at horse riding, but with a few practice runs, it is very doable. Once again, it helps if you have a horse with maxed out bonding. Minigame number 11, Paraglider Course. This minigame is located at Eventide Island, and it becomes available once you complete the shrine quest there. A Rito NPC called Mimo will be sitting there on the edge of the cliff by the shrine, and will set up the rings in the air for Link to paraglide through. It's super fun and not too hard to get the hang of. You'll need to fly through 40 rings to get a silver rupee reward. Minigame number 12, Sand Seal Racing. This is another one that stems from a shrine quest. You need to beat the Sand Seal race time of the current champion to complete the shrine quest, and once you do, the Sand Seal Racing becomes available as a minigame. You need to pass through all the hoops on your way to the finish line, and the reward is 300 rupees. Minigame number 13, Shield Surfing. This minigame is located at Selmy's Spot, a cabin in Hebra, southeast of the Shada Na Shrine. This is definitely a fan favorite when it comes to minigames. You get 3 different courses with different levels of difficulty, and you get very cool and rare shields as rewards for completing the challenges. Minigame number 14, Snowball Bowling. This one is also located in Hebra by Pondo's Lodge. Pondo, an NPC, presents the game, and it's basically bowling, with snowballs. It's hard to get the angle right, and it can be quite frustrating until you get it right. But you get 300 rupees per strike, so if you manage to figure it out, it's actually one of the fastest ways to make money in the game. Minigame number 15, Super Gut Check Challenge. Our final minigame is located at the Gut Check Rock. This is another minigame that stems from a shrine quest. To activate the Gora Tor Shrine, you need to collect 100 rupees while climbing up the rock structure. Once that's done, this becomes a minigame that you can access whenever you want. It works the same way as the shrine quest, and it can be quite a nice and fast way to collect rupees. It's advisable that you wear climbing gear and have full stamina or stamina food. So those were all the 15 minigames of Breath of the Wild. Which ones did you not know about? Let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching.